What's going on, everybody? This is Ernie with CGS, and we're doing Dragonborn, Skyrim DLC. And in our last video, that's where I showed you that you needed to use that blood sack blade. It's a puzzle in this room. And see, if you when you hold down the button, and you see, okay, so you see how the red line is sideways? Hold the button down. Only hold the trigger down and travel in either left or right. That'll make the blade, the ribbon go sideways. If you hold it down normally, it'll go straight just like that. So the sideways, move sideways, hold it down, and boom. That's how you do the puzzle. It took me a minute to figure it out, but yeah. So if it's a straight up and down, just hold the trigger down. If it's like fucking, what is it called? Parallel or whatever, fucking lateral. Side to side, just move either left or right and hold the trigger down, and then that'll make the ribbon go sideways instead of straight up and down. And that's how you open this area. Then all you gotta do is dodge these guillotine fucking dealies. And once you get through here, there is one of those like dragon knights or whatever they're called, and a word wall. Activate the lever, it opens this door. And once you go in here, there's a chest with like nothing in it for some reason. And there's one of those dragon knights or wizard or whatever the hell they're called. And in the background there's the first word wall. And see, he comes rising out of the water. He also has one of those masks. You know how they have those magic masks? Well, he has one as well. So they added some new ones. What were there, like 8 in the original? In Skyrim, there were like 8 of those magical masks. Well, they added more. Right here, once I search his stuff. There you go. Zachary Sos. Fucking who the fuck knows. Gives you 50% more shock damage, and I think it brings down your defense on that, or brings up your defenses on shock damage. Then you swim across your little pond here. And we have our first word wall from the new DLC. And it's right in that main town. Once you, all you gotta do is get the pickaxe for the the blacksmith. Talk to the blacksmith. He wants you to get a pickaxe for him. Once you go into the mine, you get the pickaxe, but the miner in there will give you another quest, which leads right down here. So once you complete the puzzle with the sword, you get your word wall, and then as you're leaving, there's this black book on the pedestal. Now, once you pick up this black book, now apparently there's 5 of these apparently, because in the achievements it says read all 5 black books. So it will teleport you here to Apocrypha is what this place is called. And it's not very big. It's actually fairly small. It's just like weird things happen in here. There's a voice that starts talking. He starts telling you that this is Apocrypha, and it is where all knowledge is kept. Now, these ghostly things, they appear a couple of times. What confused me about them is that once I start fighting him, a second one appears, and so now I'm fighting 2. See how there's another one? So now I'm fighting 2, but as soon as you kill one, they're both gone. So I don't know if he's like summoning another one or what it is, but 2 always appear, and when you kill one, they're both dead. So, or the other one just leaves. I don't fucking know. I never got into a big enough fight with them to really figure out what's going on there. Watch out for these little puddles. One of those that thingy tentacles show up and start whipping you. In order to open doors and things like that, there are these little I don't know how to pronounce this thing. a little light bulb on the end of a tentacle. You pull that, it opens the door. And there's a few of them in here. And once you get to the end here, what it happens is you can learn a skill from the black book. And that, there are 3 skills for you to choose, and you can only pick one. One of them was learn an extra skill point from a skill book. One was do 10% more damage and get 10% more discount from the opposite sex. And then, what was the third one? Oh, I can't remember what the third one was. It was something I wasn't interested in. I forget. Well, we'll find out in a minute. That thing replenishes your magic. What is it, a scythe? Is that what it says? A scythe? I don't know. Alright, when you come in here, this big-ass monster rises out of the puddle of puke, and then continues to puke in the puddle of puke. So, he frightened me, so I ran. And, I continued to avoid him as much as possible. I ended up doing everything in that room, and learned the new skill from the black book before I decided, enough was enough and I should probably go fight the guy. But, see, there's one of those, scythes or whatever. It's right to my left. I haven't done anything with it yet because this guy's chasing me and I'm running for my life. And but there's 2 of them in this room. There's one right here, and instead of fighting him, I decided to read this book. Take a little break. But yeah, you got to activate that one fucking scythe or whatever the hell it's called, and then activate the other one over. I'm going to head toward it right now. There it is. And what that does is behind me, where I was standing, it opens that area that I just looked at. And that's where you learn... there we go. And then there's a black book. When you open the black book, 3 green orbs rise out of it. And those, you choose one of those 3, and it's like different abilities. I kept checking. I didn't know if this guy was like coming up behind me or what he was doing. But I go back here. Alright. Companion's Insight. Your attacks, shouts, and destruction spells do no damage to your followers. That's why I didn't like it, because I never use followers in this game. I never liked them. They always got in the way. Scholar's Insight, reading skill books gives you an extra skill point. And then the other one's like Lover's Quarrel. Oh, Lover's Insight. Do 10% more damage and get 10% better prices from people of the opposite sex. It was a toss-up between that one and the skill book. But I ended up choosing the skill book because I think it's probably better in the long run. I mean, you can always make money, and I don't really have any difficulty killing anyone, so I figured this would probably be the better choice. And hopefully each black book gives you different selections. That'd be pretty cool. So... or if they give you the same thing, I mean, I'll be getting crazy points out of your fucking skill books. Alright, well, this is where I said enough's enough, let's go fight him. And he hits pretty hard. Oh, he regenerates his health as well. It's something you should probably know. And, like, see, he's only hit me like 2 times. This is 3, and like I'm already almost dead. So, I had to use a potion. Look at how many potions I have, dude. I have like 1,000 potions. I couldn't find a healing potion, and I couldn't believe it when I was in here too. I was like, what the fuck? I have so many goddamn potions. I gotta, because I collect them because I sell them, and then I forget to like empty my bags and shit. So. There we go. Extreme healing. That's what we want. Alright, now he's down. He's got a bunch of gold on him. And he had another lock-picking ring. Now, there's a couple of tiny little chests in here. And, like, that's about it. But take your time. There's a couple of things in here you might want to check out. And in order to leave this area, go back into your items, go to your books, and then read the black book, The Winds of Change. When you read it, it will take you out of here. And you can read that book at any time. As long as you're in here, you can read that book, and it will take you out. Now, when you come in here, there's a voice that starts talking to you and tells you, like, all this weird stuff. But he tells you that... He tells you how to leave. He tells you you can read the book and leave at any time, but Apocrypha will call you back. So I think randomly, that leads me to believe that randomly they will pull you back into Apocrypha. So that's kind of cool. Again, it could also be kind of a pain in the ass if you're like in the middle of something and then all of a sudden you get pulled in there. But it's kind of cool. On your way out, when you leave Apocrypha, go up the stairs, and there are these dudes. At first I was like, are they good or bad? Like, where am I? Because actually when you leave here, you're actually pretty far away from town when you get to the world map and stuff. So I was like, what the hell? But yeah, they're no good. So take them out. And... there's a chest in here, in like their bedroom area, but I don't think there was anything special in it. And it brings you, once you leave, once you exit the area, you're at like a ruin north of the main town. So I fast traveled. I actually cleared out the ruin because there was like a bunch of these dudes, the Reavers. And I killed a bunch of the Reavers that were in there, and then I headed back to town. And they're obviously bad, see, they're like killing these poor high elves. But, yeah, so we're going to fast travel back to town once we get outside, and turn in the quest. We got to give the book... or the diary of the dude's grandfather back to the miner. And that will end this quest. You also learned your first word, and you got your first ability from the first black book that we found. And there's like 1 out of 5 of those. I'm not sure how many word walls there are in the game. I should probably look that up so I know what to look for. But, yeah, that'd be good knowledge, huh? Know how much new stuff is in here. That'd be cool. Alright, here we go. So we're going to fast travel back to town. I like this place. It's pretty big. This is a good, it's a good size area for a DLC, you know? It's like a whole game. It is. It's a whole new game for fucking, what was it, like $20 or something? Like, that's not a bad deal. You know, there are $60 games that take you fucking 2 hours to beat, you know, and I've already put twice that into this game, so. Alright, so here we're talking to the old miner. And he gives you, when you give him his grandfather's diary, he thanks you and all that, and he gives you like $700 or $750. But it's all he can afford. He's an old man. He's in retirement, you know. Social Security isn't paying what it used to, and, you know, he could have kept his cash. It's fine. I like lending a hand. But, anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good one. We got more on the way. Rate, comment, and subscribe.
I recognize the name.